Breakups are the worst. First, there's the feelings of anger, regret and sadness. Then your body starts to betray you too, compounding your misery with headaches, hair loss and pimply skin. But you may be surprised to hear that there's a science behind this suffering. And, while many of the symptoms of a split are an all-too-real reminder of the mind-body connection, we can take comfort in the fact that time's a great healer. Here, then, we take you through exactly what happens to you when somebody breaks your heart. This is exactly what happens to you when somebody breaks your heart. As you'll see, stress has a lot to answer for when it comes to your body's reaction to a breakup. Introducing cortisol. This is a helpful hormone in threatening circumstances, and it is normally triggered to help you flee from danger. However, the slow release of this chemical in response to a breakup can make things seem so much worse. So, people may accuse you of just having a bruised ego, but researchers have done studies into how a feeling of rejection actually activates the same region of the brain that's involved when we experience pain that's physical. No wonder you feel like spending all day under the covers when your heart is broken. The dramatic come down from being in love to feeling rejected can trigger clinical depression. So be aware of the signs within yourself and take care of friends who are going through breakups too. After all, if they appear extra withdrawn, apathetic and self-loathing, they may need some serious help. It's your good friend cortisol again, and this time it's messing with your sleep patterns. Coursing through your body, this hormone will make you feel too riled up to sleep. The best part? It's all a vicious cycle, with lack of rest making you even more prone to bouts of sadness and lack of clarity. Lack of sleep and increased anxiety can also send your mind spinning. In fact, you may find that your judgment is impaired or that you flip out over things that wouldn't seem to matter if your heart weren't in pieces. To help combat this, make sure to surround yourself with positive and patient people who you trust. If you're reaching for the donuts the minute you hear it's over, a few extra pounds are inevitable. What seems extra unfair, however, is that cortisol can play a part in where exactly you carried that extra weight. For example, studies have shown that stress can make fat cells settle over your stomach, which may be why you feel so bloated. Ever been guilty of that one final grand gesture? There's a reason why, and it's linked to feelings of separation anxiety. As distance grows and your feelings of rejection intensify, you're more in need of validation than ever. So, unable to switch off from your ex, you can begin to obsess over them. Of course, when you're in love it's easy to think that there's nothing quite like it. The problem comes when you are rejected in love, says Helen Fisher, author of Anatomy of Love. And the aftermath can lead some people to display worrying behaviors, such as stalking their ex online. If you see this tendency in yourself, try your best to stop checking Facebook and Instagram updates so religiously. Arguably a psychological term most associated with young children, when they're apart from their parents, separation anxiety can feel just as profound during a breakup. According to Fisher, a great sense of anxiety comes from longing for your ex to contact you. You want them to text, you want them to call, she comments. Guilty. You can claim to be over your ex, but brain scans don't lie. In fact, it's been proven that breakups can trigger cravings for the person that you've lost, not unlike withdrawal symptoms in drug addicts. My hypothesis was that brain regions linked with profound addiction would become activated, Fisher said. In the aftermath of a breakup, you may end up sniveling into a tissue for more than one reason. In fact, you're likely to catch a cold on top of a broken heart, and you've got your good friend stress to thank for that. When stress hormones run rampant, the immune system can struggle, writes psychology blogger Hay Sigmund. Another fun symptom of the stress caused by an excess of adrenaline and cortisol is that fight or flight feeling. Should you stay and try to win them back, or should you go? The idea of running away may seem favorable, and you're definitely not crazy for feeling this way. Ever wondered why your stomach's in flux after a breakup, even if you're not someone who reaches for those guilt-inducing, gluten-laden snacks? It's all down to hormones. According to psychology writer Jennifer Nelson, an imbalance of cortisol means that blood that would normally travel to the intestines gets diverted away, disrupting your digestive tract. Even if you think you might be good at hiding your feelings, your face may give your broken heart away. If you find that your skin is more prone to breakouts during times of stress, it's only natural. Or should we say chemical? Because guess which hormone you can blame on bad acne? That's right. Rising cortisol. Stress hormones really do have a lot to answer for. Not content with bloating your waistline and messing with your skin, they also play havoc with your hair. If you see more strands, that usual collecting in your brush, you know who to blame, your ex, obviously. Just when you think you might be getting over your ex, you see someone who looks a bit like them, and your world goes into a spin again. It doesn't help that this kind of feeling is heightened by an increased heart rate. Indeed, stress can cause your blood pressure to momentarily rise, and according to the American Heart Association, this can tip some people into a hypertensive crisis. And that's not all. When you consider all the hormones and pain receptors at play, it's not hard to see why the phrase broken heart syndrome was coined. Medically referred to as stress-induced cardiomyopathy, the condition is described by the American Heart Association as a part of your heart temporarily enlarging while the rest of your heart functions normally. Not a pleasant sensation, to say the least. That's right, ladies, you've drawn the short straw again. Unfortunately, studies into broken heart syndrome have shown that 80% of the few patients who have exhibited this rare physical response were women. But it's not all doom and gloom. Although it may not seem like it at the moment, after all the heartbreak is over, you're likely to feel stronger than ever before. Your neural circuits will need time to readjust to the new circumstances of singledom, reports the website Medical Daily. So the next time your heart feels heavy, blame it on neurology and hormones, and take comfort in the fact that when you're back to being biologically and chemically balanced, your ex will seem so insignificant. In the same way that cravings and addictions can be overcome, so can the feelings associated with a breakup. After your body readjusts, you can focus on finding joy in the smaller things in life. So whether you choose to stay single or find someone who will put your ex in the shade, take time to yourself and you'll soon be smiling again. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe.